In this video, I'm going to solve quiz number 3, and it has 5 questions about proportional relationships. So let's begin. Vito uses 9 liters of water to water 24 flower pots. So liters and flower pots. So he uses 9 liters to water 24 flower pots. He is wondering how many liters of water, W, it would take to water 40 flower pots. Okay, so the relationship between 9 and 24 is the same as the relationship between W and 40. So W represents the unknown amount of liters required to water 40 flower pots. So now we need to solve by cross multiplying. Okay, so we cross multiply because essentially what we are doing is we multiply both sides of the equation by 40 and by 24. So 9, so this way it cancels out the denominators, and then we can easily solve for W. So when we cross multiply, first we need to simplify this fraction. So 9 divided by 3 is 3, and 24 divided by 3 is 8. So we have 3 eighths equals W over 40. And then we can cross multiply. 3 times 40 is 120. And here we have 8W. So now we need to divide both sides of the equation by 8 to isolate the W. So 8 equals 120 divided by 8, which is 180 divided by 8 goes into 12. 1 time 1 times 8 is 8. So we have 4 left. Bring down 0. 8 goes into 40. 5 times 8 is 40. No remainder. So W equals 15. How many liters of water does it take to water 40 pots? So the W here equals 15. Okay, so we can see that the constant of proportionality between liters and flower pots is 1.5. Okay, 9 times 1.5 brings us to 24. No, 2.5. 2.5. Okay, 9 times 2 is 18. No, it's not 2.5. 24 divided by 9. 9 goes into 24 2 times, and we have 6 times left. So it's 2/3. Okay, so it's 2 and 2/3. This is the constant of proportionality. Okay. So how many liters of water does it take to water 40 flower pots? 15 liters. Good. The following table shows a proportional relationship between J and M. Write an equation to describe the relationship between J and M. So J is 4 over 3. And here 12 over 9 can be simplified to 4 over 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 9 divided by 3 is 4. And here 20 over 15 can also be simplified to 4 over 3. 20 divided by 5 is 4. 15 divided by 5 is 3. So J equals 4 over 3 times M. Right? Let's plug in the first pair. 4 equals 4 over 3 times 3. The 3 cancel out each other, so it's good. Okay. Second pair, 12 equals 4 over 3 times 9. So this becomes 1, this becomes 3, so 4 times 3 is 12. Okay. So this is a relationship. J equals 4 over 3 times M. Good. Alexandra paid $7 to park her car. So cost and hours. So she paid $7 to park her car for 3 hours at the parking garage. The garage charges a constant hourly parking rate. Write an equation to show the relationship between P, the number of hours parked, so the ratio between hours, P, which is the number of hours parked, and C, the cost, so 3 to 7. So P, the number of hours, equals 3/7 the cost. Right? So for instance, 3 equals 3/7 cost. Yeah. Okay, so this is a relationship between P and C. Stan's cookie recipe makes 24 cookies and calls for exactly 384 sprinkles. He is wondering how many sprinkles P, so 24 cookies requires 384 sprinkles, and he is wondering how many sprinkles P, this is an unknown number of sprinkles, he will need to make 60 cookies. Okay, so the relationship between 24 and 384 8 is the same as the relationship between 16 and p. And now we need to cross multiply. But first, we can simplify this fraction. Let's see if 384 is divisible by 24 by 3 by 8. Let's see. 14 left. 24 goes into 144. 7 times 24, 7 times 20 is 120. 7 times 4 is 28. So 6 times 20 is 120, and 6 times 4 is 24. So 144. So 16. So this can be simplified to 1 over 16. So 1 over 16 equals 60 over p. And now I cross multiply. So 1p, 1 times p is 2 equals 60 times 16. And 60 times 60 times 600 plus 360, which is 960. So p equals 960. So it means p here is 960. We need how many sprinkles that still need to make 60 cookies? 960. So the constant of proportionality is 16. So to go from 24 cookies to 384, we need to multiply by 16. So here times 16, and also to go from 6 to 916, we need to multiply by 16. Right? 24 times 16. This is 24, 6 times 2 is 12, plus 2 is 14. And we have 1 and 2. This is okay. On a set of steps, the first step from the base of the steps is labeled 1. The second is labeled 2, and so on. Each step has the same height. The table below shows the step number and the steps height from the base of the steps. Okay. Write an equation to describe the relationship between n the number of step number and h the height from the base. which is n equals 5 times h. Okay, let's see. If we plug in 50, which is the number or the step number, equals 5 times h. Okay, so it's good. And here, 90 equals 5 times 18. Yeah. Okay, so the relationship is n equals 5 times h. So the constant of proportionality between step number and height is 1/5. It's 5. Okay, it's 5. Okay. This to this we need to divide by 5, so it's 1. Over 10. Yes. So the constant of proportionality here is 1/5. We need to multiply this 90 times 1/5. So the equation that they are looking for, the relationship between n, which is the step number, and height, is n equals 5h. Equals 5h. Thank you for watching. This was quiz number 3. And in the next video, I'm going to take the unit test. The unit is rates and proportional relationship. We have here rate problems with fractions, constant of proportionality, compare and interpret constants of proportionality, identifying proportional relationships, graphs of proportional relationships, writing and solving proportions, equations of proportional relationships, and this all will be in the next video, the unit test. So I will see you in the next video.